Welcome back to another edition of Cooking with Shreya. Using sunflower oil, my preferred choice of cooking oil because it's good for your heart and it's good for your family. Today I'm going to show you a quick and simple snack, perfect for those rainy weather. Especially when it's raining, you want to have this with a hot cup of karak chai or tea. So let's get straight into it. I've got the ingredients prepped and ready here. I've got some chana flour that's here, also known as gram flour. I've also got a little bit of rice flour that's mixed here. I'll put the exact ingredients, I'll put the exact quantities down for you guys in the box down below. Now in here we're going to go in with some quick spices. These spices are pretty easy and simple. We've got some whole roasted coriander that's here. We're simply going to just use our hands to crush them and pop it in here, and we want to keep them whole because it's the texture that we're looking for. We've also got some whole roasted cumin here. That's also just using your hands, sort of just crush it and pack it in here. Now sunflower oil is great for frying as well as cooking as well as baking. So it's an all-in-one oil that's great for your health as well. So you get everything out by the same oil, cooking, baking, roasting, it's perfect. I've also got some dried kasuri methi here. So dried kasuri methi, that is dried fenugreek leaves, that's also going in here. We're seasoning the flour with it as well as some dried roasted caraway seeds as well. So that's also going in here. Now in terms of the veggies, it's super simple. You can use what you've got at home. Today we're using some onions. I've roughly just chopped them into big pieces, not very small, because we want to keep the texture. It's all about texture. Now before I add the rest of the ingredients, I am quickly just going to pop heat on into my vessel here, also known as kadhai, and going to pop the heat on and go in with sunflower cooking oil. It's pure sunflower oil, which is good for your heart, high in polyunsaturated fat, and it's been around for a good 50 years, so you know they're doing something right. Right, so let's get the heat on here, oil on, and now let's get into seasoning this. Now we've got a little bit of baking soda, which is also known as bicarbonate of soda, and what that's going to do is just going to make it nice and tender. A little bit of salt according to taste, some Kashmiri chili, you can use green chili as well, and let's add that in really nicely, and then going in with some organic turmeric powder. Turmeric is a very earthy spice and it's just going to give a lot of depth to this fritters, pakoras, bhajias, whatever you want to call it. It just works brilliantly. I'm adding a little bit of fresh baby spinach leaves in here. I've just simply washed it and added that in here, and some fresh coriander. All of this is gonna go in, and then what we're going to do is just ever so lightly add a little bit of water. We don't need to add a lot of water. We're just going to add drop by drop till we've just got enough of a consistency just for it to hold it together. Ideally speaking, your spinach, your onion should release the water that we want it to release. And if you leave it long enough, ideally speaking, if you leave it for about 5 to 10 minutes, the onions as well as the spinach starts releasing moisture, which is just about enough for you to bring this batter together and that it holds itself and we don't then add the flavor. That is actually the key technique to getting crispy pakoras or bhajias done. Right, so let's mix that up, and I'm just drop by drop going to add a little bit of water and just enough for it to sort of hold its shape together. So you want to be really, really slow with this, and you want to go easy. Also, don't forget to taste for seasoning. This entire batter shouldn't take no more than about a tablespoon or so of water. Guys, and that's our batter ready. So you really just want a super dry batter, just enough for it to hold itself together. You really don't want a runny batter because, like I said, the key is to have a dry batter, just enough that it's keeping its shape together, that it's holding itself together, and that is what's going to give us super crispy bhajias. Now, certain things in life need to be done with your hands. We can be as modern as we want to, but what the hands can do, no utensils can take it away. We're going to drop this into hot oil and allow this to get hot, to fry on medium-high heat. And like I said, you could easily use potatoes here, grated potatoes, use brinjal. Brinjals would work beautifully as well. And serve this with a cup of hot tea. There is nothing better on a day where it's raining and the weather is gloomy outside. Nothing to perk you up like hot pakode or bhajia. Guys, and as you can see, they are frying beautifully, holding its shape. They're nice and beautiful, vibrant in color. The trick is to have medium-high heat, and we allow this to cook through on the inside. So a lot of people tend to have these different recipes, variations of recipes, where they'll use buttermilk, they'll use yogurt. All that is well and good, but if you want to have proper, crispy, authentic bhajias or pakoras, then this is the way to do it. The trick is, like I said, your batter shouldn't be extra runny. It shouldn't have a lot of water. You could also do chicken in here. Chicken would also, so what I would do is I would ideally have cooked chicken pieces, chicken fillets, small chicken fillets, and just add that into your batter. Adding onions will automatically release a little bit of liquid, and that will help you bind your mixture together beautifully. Leaving it for a good 10-15 minutes will make sure that you don't actually need to add water at all. So you're just going to finish it, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to dress this quickly. A generous sprinkle of Kriya chaat masala as well as some freshly squeezed lemon juice, and life is complete. Alright guys, and that's it. Our crispy bhajias all done. All we're going to do is a simple sprinkling of the chaat masala as well as a generous squeeze of lemon juice, and that's it. Serve it with some onions dressed in a little bit of vinegar and some green chutney, and life is complete. And that's it guys, that's from me, another edition of Cooking with Kriya and Sunflower Cooking Oil, my preferred choice of cooking oil. Bhajias, you can never go wrong with hot bhajia and tea during this rainy weather. Until next time, see you guys once again a bit later.